Right then, guys, back for season number 4. But before we get into the gameplay, got some pretty important news to bring to you. Let's go. Hello guys, David here and welcome back to episode number 24 of Hometown Hero. In today's episode, we'll be showing you the first 2 games of the season. However, I'm not at the start of the season yet and I've done absolutely zero business, and there is good reason behind that, and there's 2 things I want to bring to your attention. First of all, let me just go to the club info screen and click on the facilities button, and as you can see, we've got some planned infrastructure changes. I wonder what that might be. That is basically, we're getting a new stadium. As I may have thought, I had a feeling it might happen. Because we've gone into a second year in the National League, we are in fact building a brand new stadium. At the moment, it is due to be called the Salisbury Stadium. However, that is where you guys come in. I want you guys to give me some names, and then what we'll do is, like we did with the kits, we will do a vote on the fan's favourite name, and that will be the one that goes into the stadium when we have our first game. Keep it clean, please. But yes, we're going to be moving out of the Silver Lake Stadium at the end of this season coming, so on the 26th of June 2024, so just a year away, we will be moving into our 4,000-seater stadium. I have no idea in terms of expansion capacity what that will be, if at all, but it's happening. I can't wait to get back into our own stadium. It's going to be fantastic, and I cannot wait at all. The other bit of news that has happened, this is far more recent. That literally happened like 2 clicks after the last episode when we lost the playoff. We lost the chance to get into the playoffs, amazingly. But the other thing that's happened is Mr. Ian Hammond, bless him, has left the club. We were in debt for some reason. I don't really fully understand how we managed to get in debt from the end of the season until now, because it's literally been like 3 weeks. However, the club has changed hands. It has been taken over by a fans trust led by local investor Frankie Reynolds. Before you go and find him, I don't think he's real, so don't go and have a look for him. But apparently he wants to get the club back onto a sound financial footing. I did not realise it wasn't, to be completely honest. I was keeping an eye on the finances, and yes, we're losing money, but you always are at this level of football, so I'm surprised we're in debt as such, because it kept saying debt-ridden Salisbury FC, and I was like, bloody hell, what's going on here? So yeah, it comes back to the fans. I've had a message saying they're not going to be providing any investment at the moment, which is a bit annoying. The club vision is very much the same, apart from we've now added in this bit about repairing the club's financial damage, but the plan is apparently to remain in the Vanarama National League. Kind of want to be going a little bit further up than that. But otherwise it's exactly the same. And they've cut the link with Reading, but we didn't really get much out of them anyway. So I'm going to be getting onto the phone and trying to find us a new senior affiliate to try and garner a bit of cash. But anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. I might be wearing something completely different in the next clip because I don't know when I'm going to get to the start of the season, so you have to bear with us on that. But yeah, just thought I'd give you guys an update before we go into things. Let me know your thoughts for the stadium name in the comments. And yeah, under Frankie, let's go to new heights. Love Ian, but Frankie's the new one. He's our new owner, and we're going to do him proud. Okie dokie then, it's the same day. It's just a hell of a lot later, and it's really dark outside. Gone through the entire pre-season. We're on the eve of the Telford game, which is our first game of the season in the Vanarama National League for our second season. Before we go into the transfers that I've done, I'll quickly show you what we're looking like in terms of the season preview. Massive, massive underdogs. Every single promoted side, including Telford, who are today's opponents, are better off than us. That's fun, but we were the bottom rated side by even further last year, so who knows. We have had to deal with quite a significant amount of squad building. The problem we had was the fact that the board takeover happened really, really close to the end of the contract period. So then I had to try and really quickly, end of contracts, then people were leaving. So to try and do that, and then get people in on contracts, and loads of them didn't fancy it, so loads of them have disappeared. So I'll quickly show you what we're looking at now in terms of that. So if we start off with released players, Ollie Gardner, Luke Nippard, Jay-Sean Chamberlain-Gale, Donovan Wilson, Marcus Beauchamp, Dom Jeffries and Ben Mandelli have all left. Dom is probably the most annoying one because I didn't want him to leave, but I offered him a contract. He wouldn't let me offer him a contract. Came too late, he was really annoyed with me, and then he left. And as you can see, he's now playing at Eastbourne Borough, which is the league below. Otherwise, Marcus, yeah, a little bit disappointed he's gone, but he was never really a starting keeper anymore, to be honest. Gardner and Chamberlain Gale, again, it's disappointed about. Luke Nippard I wanted to keep as well, but then I realised he's rubbish for us. You look at his history, look at those ratings. That is terrible. How did I play him for that many games? Anyway, otherwise, a couple of other people who have left, Jay Senger and Ryan Sellers, have gone to Fleetwood and Oxford respectively. I don't think anyone else left at the end of last season. There were some loans, as you can see, but nothing really significant of note. And players coming into the squad, no one came in before the end of June, but we have had quite a few come in afterwards. As you can see, we've not spent a penny, as per normal. Big ones, we renewed the loan of Bailey Icethorpe, so he is back in. I tried to do the same for Ethan Sutcliffe as well, but Wimbledon didn't want him to come to us. Really annoying. And the players we have brought in, new players, we'll start with Kieran Price. He is a new gen. I do need to put a face on him. I need to go and sort all of that out. I've not been very good at all with putting new faces onto these because I have got an amazing face pack that I use that puts real life faces onto them. I've just completely AI mastered faces, which look really cool. So he's come in. He is going to be competing against Icethorpe and probably having a chance to either start in front of him or surpass him. But he can play on the wing as well, which is a really good option to have. Next one we've got was Kyron Wilshire. Jake Cope, as you will remember, had a really big injury, so ended up leaving the club early last year. We needed someone to back up to Dylan Thistleton. That's all he's going to do. Much more than that, he's not going to play too many games. Jordan Helliwell, we brought him in on loan from Ross County. Looks like a really good option, actually. I think it was my director of football that did this one, so props to him for getting that in. Not the best centre half in the world, so probably won't be playing there, but has a really good couple of stats in order to play on the right hand side of the fence and potentially on the left as well. So looking like a good option there. Roberto Nditi, he's a Tanzanian centre half. Again, can play a couple of different positions, which is quite nice. He can play defensive midfield. He can play in the centre of defence. Decent tackling on the ball. Positioning's okay. Decent jumping reach, quick enough. That kind of thing. Looking pretty good again. Just another rotation option that we've got in just to beef up the squad a little bit. Come back to him in a minute. Tom Purrington, basically the James Milner non-league, looking at the amount of positions he can play. He can play literally every position apart from up front. And he probably could if he gave it a good enough fist. That is ridiculous depth. Really, really chuffed that we've managed to bring him in. He can play pretty much anywhere. He's very much the Cameron James of the squad again, although Cameron James is still here. So yeah, looking really tidy, good determination on him. So hopefully he'll be someone who can improve in the future. Tommy Conway is a centre forward. We brought him in. He's on a non-contract deal, so nothing really in terms of having to worry about in terms of money expenditure. Really good finisher, decent off the ball, good header of the ball, so good aerially as well. Quick enough. Yeah, maybe a bit maybe could do with a bit of improvement on pace, but he'll do. He'll do as an option just to beef that up. And then Joe Littlewood was brought in on loan a couple of days before. Again, really good looking option. Nice and tall, good jumping reach, can head the ball. Loves a tackle as well, and that's what you like to see. The last one is someone that most of you may remember. I had no idea he'd played for Salisbury before, but Tommy Wright has come in. Make of that what you will, but I looked at his stats. He's a really well-rounded player. His mentors look really good. I mean, those maybe not so much, but if you look at all the other ones, it's great work rate. He's quick, he's agile, he's aggressive, he's brave, he's got a good finish on him, technique, dribbling's decent as well. Lovely, lovely stats on him. And then I looked at this, and he scored 39 goals in 40 appearances in the Southern District 1 Southwest, or Division 1 Southwest. But Salisbury on loan from Sutton. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely insane. So he had to come in. He is looking like, yeah, a really, really good option. But anyway, that's enough from us. Let's get into the game against Telford, and let's show you what we're looking at in terms of the starting 11 for the first game of the season. First thing you're going to see is Lee Morton is starting in goal. It did initially pick Alexis Andre Jr. I thought, you know what? No, he's played well in the friendlies that I've had a look at. We'll give him a chance to start in the goalkeeper position. One other change I need to make really quickly. It's going to be Icethorpe, Janieva, Littlewood and Genesini, the back four. Davies, Purrington, James and Wiltshire on the midfield four. And then it's going to be a combination of Adeloye and Tommy Wright up front. Thistleton is out injured. Diaz is slightly unfit. Warren Bentley, just don't want to start him just yet. Of course, he is now in our coaching staff, so shouldn't be too disappointed if he doesn't get a chance to play. Thinking of you, Warren. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the first game. Go out there and impress me. Lee Morton is nervous. I can completely understand why. Yeah, I'd be nervous if I was 15, 16 years old and starting the first game of my career. But I think he's good enough. I think he's looking like a really good player. Got plenty to develop. And that's a lovely early goal. Oh, it's been disallowed. I was about to say, what a good start to the season. But then, yeah. Didn't go in. Oh, so close. You'd argue in non-league that might have been given as onside. It looked like it could have been, but unfortunately not. So what would have been an amazing start is not. But still, we can build on that. That's what you want to see. I'm going to demand more actually, because we're not really creating anything. It's a very low-key affair so far, barring that first chance. I stopped getting in on the ball. Lovely stuff. Playing it forward to Tommy Wright. Loads of people running forwards here. He's played through Cameron James. Can he finish? No, he can't, because he's the centre midfielder with a chance to get in on goal. Probably not the one you wanted. You wanted James to feed right rather than the other way round. Which is a bit of a shame, but yeah. Oh well. It was a good effort nonetheless. Starting to put our stamp on the game a little bit, which is good. Wiltshire with another free kick now as the rain starts to come down. Davies, oh, hits the crossbar. That was close. That was very close indeed. Genesini throws the ball in. Tommy Wright's there. Can he get a chance? He hits the post. Oh, this is going to be one of them. We're going to lose 1-0, aren't we? This is going to be a right pain in the arse. We are absolutely battering Telford now, who are, of course, newly promoted. So they're in our position that we were in last year. But we should be at least a goal up. We've hit the post. We've hit the crossbar. We've had a goal disallowed. Come on. We can do this. Highlight straight away from half time. That's not what you want. What you want is this not to happen, because now someone's going to score and it's probably going to be them. We're going to have had all of these chances, and they're going to whip a ball in. Fortunately, that's been cleared. That it's in now. Oh, Morton's there to claim it. That's good. Bit of confidence in the lad. We like that. Big hoof forwards then. Go on. Not the best, but it ended up with Davies, and it's bouncing around a little bit, and Ice Thoughts picked it up. He pings a ball into the middle, finds Cameron James, who finds Davies. Nice little ball out wide. Ball in. Tommy Wright's there. Wilshire's at the back post. Oh, come on. Jesus. Something needs to go in the back of the net. I'm getting nervous the longer this runs. We're not scoring. Creating so many chances. Ice Thought from the throw. Big throw coming in. Adeloy's there. No, doesn't manage to get on the end of it. Good claim from the goalkeeper there. We're nearing about the time we're going to make some changes, I think. Big ball forwards. Genesini pings it right back the other way. It's football tennis at the moment, and we've managed to get it under control. Adeloy finds James, plays it to Purrington. Can he find him on the right? No, he can't. Finds James instead, who pings the ball forwards. Oh, can't find that final pass at the moment, unfortunately. Every time we do put one through, it gets intercepted. And this is a chance for Telford to counter, and this is going to be a penalty, is it? No, it's not. Littlewood, that's it. It looked to me like a really well-timed challenge, but then that is the worst clearance you'll ever see. And there it is. It was happening, wasn't it? It was going to happen. All of them chances. Telford get a chance, and clinical. That's what you can say. What is Cameron James doing there? He needs shooting for that clearance. He had so many options on, yet for some reason elected to do that. That is absolutely ridiculous. And with that in mind, I'm hauling him off. Who is it I'm going to bring on instead? Let's bring on... Oh, God. I haven't sorted my bench out at all. This is not very sensible. Right. Make a few changes. Conway can come on for Adeloy, who's not really played very well, to be honest. We'll switch these two around, because Tommy Wright's going to be more played as a pressing forward anyway. Littlewood's not been too bad, but he's looking a little bit less fresh. So we'll bring on DT instead of him. Why have I elected to leave a subs bench for 3 central defenders? I ask myself. Foolish. Because really, I want to bring someone like Davies off and switch it around a bit, but it's not going to happen. And here we go. Telford are coming forwards again. Davidson on the ball, whips a ball in. Oh, Genesini manages to get on the end of it and plays it out to Tommy Wright. Beautiful clearance. Has managed to find someone. Can he play forward? Conway can. Is he in? Conway's are disallowed. I did think that looked really far offside, to be honest. It didn't look anywhere near I mean, it was just a really well-timed run, but so slightly too early. Another chance then. Ice thought whips a ball in. Janieva nods it on. Purrington's there. Oh, for God's sake. This is just not going to happen for us today. This is ridiculous. Telford have got another chance. Cleaned up by Morton. He picks it up. Can he put a big ball forwards? He can. Tommy Wright doesn't manage to get to it, but it drops back to Icethorpe. This is getting really frustrating now. Purrington, lovely ball out to Wiltshire on the right-hand side. Worst touch in the world, but he manages to keep a hold of it. And Griffiths has tipped it over. Davies takes the shot through the crossbar. For God's sake, Tommy Wright this time. Oh, for God out loud. You are having a laugh. Oh, my word. Icethorpe's getting a booking. It's all gone Pete Tong. Bloody hell. Right, okay. We're going to bring off Cameron James because he's on a yellow and he's not playing very well anyway. Bradley Green can come on just to give us a bit more comfort in the centre defensive areas, and it's been disallowed, but this is so stupid. How are we not back on level terms? We're absolutely battering this side. And we are being well and truly FM'd. That's exactly what's happening. Purrington pings it forwards. Far too deep for Conway to pick up, unfortunately. He's going to go back to Griffiths. And Telford will be walking away knowing they have completely stolen this if they do get the win. Tommy Wright's been played through. It's picked up by Conway. Can he finish? No, he can't. He can the second time. Oh, it's nothing less than we deserve. And no one got the assist because Tommy Conway's played an assist with the goalkeeper. Riley gets the tackle in. Conway picks it up. Good save initially, but fortunately, my word, fortunately managed to clean up and get that equalising goal. But there's still 7 minutes left, and chances are, yeah, they'll do that. For God's sake. I mean, I've got to be honest, that's really poor goalkeeping. I don't know how he's not saved this, the young lad. Ball forwards. Is that Genesini up there? I don't know. He's slipped through his hands. It's less than impressive. And I mean, look at that. We've expected to score nearly 3 goals and we've lost 2-1. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not happy. Very, very disappointing indeed. We'll move on to the next game, which is at home, Dulwich Hamlet. Right, okie dokie then, back at the Silver Lake Stadium for the final season. Thank God. Don't have to be in there for much longer. This is going to be the team we're going to put out. As you can see, few changes from the last game. Alexander Jr. has gone back in goal. Lee Morton has dropped to the bench because he didn't have the best of times out, unfortunately. Kieran Price is making his debut. He's coming in place of Icethorpe. And Helliwell is coming in place of Brooklyn Genesini. Midfield, it's as you were. Up front, it's as you were as well. A couple of changes in the bench. Warren Bentley has come in. In fact, actually, Bradley Green's coming on instead of Janieva. I missed that one completely. And Diaz has come up to the bench. He was initially said he was going to start, and that's what they suggested to do, but he only can do 45 minutes. If you're going to bring a player on and they can only do 45 minutes, you bring them on with time to spare. You don't start the game because then you know you're losing a sub. It just doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. So yeah, it's the start of our final season in the Silver Lake Stadium, at least for the time being. Depends on how much we go up the leagues in future, but obviously we've got the Salisbury Stadium coming in the summer of next year. Adloy's been played in early doors. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. Coming up against Prime Buffons again today in this game, and oh, lovely save by Andre Jr. there. That's what you like to see. And been run away for a goal kick, which is fine. I think the reason why they put Diaz in is maybe because Reece Davies is a bit tired. I'm not entirely sure. I've just noticed his heart's a little bit less full. Don't know if he started like that, but none the matter. Price with a big throw. Can he find Adeloye? He can. Come on, the boys. First goal of the season for Tommy Adeloye. He actually came to me when we signed Tommy Wright and said, I'm worried. You're going to be replacing me. I said, no, you're going to be absolutely fine, sunshine. You keep scoring your goals, I'll keep putting you on the team sheet. And he has done that there. Lovely, lovely stuff. Ball in, and immediate equaliser from someone who's got the stupidest name I've ever seen. Kegs Chalk. That's a silly name, isn't it? Look at him celebrating with the 7 fans Dulwich Hamlet brought with them this afternoon. Ridiculous. Purrington on the ball. Finds Davies. Pings a ball forward. Finds... Oh, I thought he found right there. I thought he'd gotten past him, but he hasn't. And that is going to be 2-1, isn't it? Alisani's not missing from there. Yes, he is. Because Alexis Andre Jr. is there to save the day. What's that bullet? Anyway, corner ball. Big clearance from Littlewood. You like to see that. Have tried to, again, bring in some players who are good defensively in the air, not just in terms of being able to position themselves well, which I think is really important. As I say that, we've given away a penalty and Bradley Green's just shoved Kegs to the floor, and don't tell me he's going to get a brace. I've said his name, and that is it's Shako. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, dear. Oh, that's not a good penalty at all. But this, I mean, it's an even game. You can't say fairer than that. You'd say that Dulwich Hamlet have edged it, but I'm going to tell them we're not happy and just see if that motivates the lads a bit. Because this is not a good start to the season, really, is it? Coming out of the gate with a draw and a defeat. Bradley Green's injured, which is a bit of a shame. We'll bring Janieva on there. That'll do for now. And then I think what we'll do in a minute is around about the 62, 63 minute mark, we'll switch out Diaz. Or switch Diaz on. Replace Davies, which seems like a sensible option. Diaz, obviously one of the few players who's still actually part of the squad. Because I think most of them now have moved on, unfortunately. And it's nothing to do with the fact that I don't rate them. I think most of them were quite good, and then we were losing 2-1 and all gone to pot again. But yeah, I mean, he's the one who's got the most potential at the end of the day. Otherwise, I think a lot of them haven't necessarily fulfilled their potential. But this is not good. I need Thistleton back on the right-hand side. I'm missing him big time. Tommy Wright's not performed so far. Joe Littlewood's got one back, though. I'm not really paying attention at all, am I? Joe Littlewood's got an equalising goal, which is much better. Admittedly, we're 1-0 up, which is a bit of a shame, but nicely done. Balling from Diaz, we know he can do that. Lovely pick up at the back post, gets away from his man ever so slightly and tucks it away. Tommy Wright changed for Warren Bentley. Seems like the sensible decision now. Nothing's going to happen with that change, though, of course. Looks like Dulwich Hamlet have pushed their wingers further forward to try and get a goal, but now they've dropped them back again, and that's going to be how it ends, I think. Can't imagine there being a highlight towards the end of this game now. And, oh, there's going to be one more, and we're probably going to lose 3-2. I can feel it. It's going to happen. Here we go. Ball comes in. There it is. Kegs. Fucking, excuse my French. Terrible start to this season. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Not good enough. The fact that Diaz has come on and been one of our best players despite spending 30 minutes on the pitch is abysmal. Not good, lads. Not good at all. Jamie Bradley Green's out for 2 months with a groin muscle injury, which is less than useful. And I mean, that wraps up a really disappointing first episode of the new season, doesn't it, really? We will come back probably a bit of a way into November, I'd imagine. I think we'll come back for the Halifax and Barnet doubleheader, assuming that the FA Trophy and the FA Cup don't screw that around a little bit. But yeah, go back from this, where we had a really nice start to the season in terms of our friendlies. It's kind of all gone a bit wrong, to be honest. Work to do, it seems. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it from me for today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're looking forward to the season ahead. Hopefully we can get some better results than we did in this episode. That much will be certain. But if you did enjoy this video, smash the thumbs up button for me. That would be very much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and come and join us for all of the fun that's going to be happening in the near future. And as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think is going to be our star signing for this season? That's going to be it from me, guys. My name's David, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.